For 20 years, Portuguese football told one story. One name, one number, one face on every billboard, every jersey, every conversation.
Oh, and it's the old familiar result!
Cristiano Ronaldo made Portugal matter on the world stage.
Ronaldo. Oh, genius! Absolute genius!
He carried a generation, sometimes brilliantly, sometimes alone, through European championships, World Cups, qualifying campaigns that had no right to succeed. But something strange happened in the years he was carrying them.
Nobody believed in Portugal, but we win. This is the most important.
Viva Portugal.
Viva Portugal.
A generation grew underneath, quietly. In Porto, in Lisbon, in the academies of Europe's biggest clubs. Players who learned the game while watching him. Players who are now, in 2026, operating at the absolute elite level of world football. And here is the question no one in Portuguese football has been able to answer, until now. What happens when that generation finally steps into the light? This is not a story about replacing a legend. This is the story of a team that may no longer need the legend to win. Every serious World Cup contender is built on a defensive structure that doesn't break under pressure. Portugal has that. Start with Diogo Costa in goal. At 25, he is the most complete goalkeeper Portugal has ever produced. In 2025/26 alone, he has kept 18 clean sheets in 28 league matches, a clean sheet rate of over 64%. At Euro 2024, he stopped every shot France put on target in the quarter-final. In the Nations League final against Spain, 4 more saves. Diogo Costa does not panic, he commands. Behind him, Rui Silva provides cover that most nations would accept as a starter. After years at Real Betis, he moved to Sporting CP this season and has kept 15 clean sheets in 36 matches, a save percentage of 76.7. The hierarchy is clear, but the depth is real. In front of them, Portugal have built a center-back unit of genuine European quality. Ruben Dias is the foundation, a Manchester City cornerstone.
Ruben Dias from outside the area.
Present in every major Portugal camp, logging over 4,000 minutes in 2024-2025. He is currently injured, but when he returns, he brings something no statistic can capture: the authority of a player who has won everything at club level and expects to win again. Antonio Silva is 21 years old. Let that register. A Benfica starter, a regular under Martinez. Present in the March friendlies against Mexico and the United States. In 2024-2025, 37 matches, over 3,400 minutes. This is a player who will anchor Portugal's defense for the next decade, and he is already here. Gonçalo Inácio may be the most quietly impressive player in this entire squad. 23 years old, Sporting CP, and in 2025-2026, he has played every single minute of every single match. 39 appearances, 3,265 minutes, 100% availability. In 2 seasons combined, 6 goals and 5 assists from center-back. He led Sporting into the Champions League quarter-finals against Arsenal. That is not a coincidence. Then there is Nuno Mendes. At 23, he is not an emerging talent. He is not a player with potential. He is, right now, the best left-back in the world. At PSG, he won the Champions League in 2024-2025, delivering 6 goals and 10 assists across 54 matches. In 2025-2026, 6 more goals and 8 more assists in 35 appearances. 12 goals and 18 assists combined from left-back, numbers that most wingers cannot match. 179 crosses in a single season. He was central to Portugal's Nations League victory. When Nuno Mendes plays, Portugal have an extra attacker on the left side of the pitch. On the right flank, Diogo Dalot has been one of the few consistent performers at a struggling Manchester United. "54 matches in 2024-2025, 4 goals and 5 assists, reaching the Europa League final. João Cancelo returned to Barcelona this season after his spell in Saudi Arabia and has already added 3 goals and 5 assists in 18 appearances, including the Champions League round of 16. Both are world-class options at right back. And if Martinez needs flexibility, Tomás Araujo and Renato Vega provide exactly that. Araujo at Benfica can play center back or right back across both domestic and European football. Vega has played 4 different defensive positions across 3 clubs in 2 seasons. Chelsea, Juventus, and now Villarreal, and started both March friendlies. This is a squad built for every scenario. Portugal's midfield is right now the most embarrassing problem a national team manager can have. Too many good players, not enough positions. Begin with João Neves. He is 20 years old. He plays for PSG. He won the Champions League in 2024-2025. In 2 seasons combined, 16 goals and 13 assists from central midfield. But the number that defines him is this: 88 tackles in a single season. That is not a midfielder. That is a force of nature. In 2025-2026, 9 goals and 4 assists in just 27 matches. He is getting better every month. Alongside him, Vitinha is the conductor. Across 2 Champions League seasons at PSG, 15 goals and 18 assists, with a combined 158 shots on target. He is the midfielder who makes Portugal tick, the one who finds the pockets, shifts the tempo, and plays through pressure that would suffocate lesser players. Then there is Bruno Fernandes, 30 years old, polarizing, indispensable. In 2024-2025, 66 matches, 21 goals, and 20 assists.
De Portugal, Bruno Fernandes!
32 goals and 39 assists combined across 2 seasons. 365 crosses in a single campaign. Whatever the debate about his consistency, the output is real and the influence on Portugal's attack is irreplaceable. João Palhinha is injured for March, but his structural importance cannot be overstated. At Tottenham in 2025-2026, 5 goals and 4 assists from defensive midfield, with 34 tackles and 35 interceptions in 26 matches before injury. Portugal are a different team when he holds the base. Bernardo Silva, at 30, is the squad's most complete midfield option. 63 matches in 2024-2025, 48 in 2025-2026. Comfortable in central midfield, attacking midfield, or out wide. Present in every Portugal camp, including both March friendlies. He is the player who understands systems at the highest level and delivers regardless of context. The depth behind them is extraordinary. Matheus Nunes brings pressing intensity from 43 appearances at Manchester City in 2025-2026. Ruben Neves, even operating in Saudi Arabia, produced 11 goals and 5 assists this season. Samu Costa at Mallorca has been one of La Liga's most consistent defensive midfielders. 5 goals in 2025-2026, both friendlies started. Ricardo Horta at Braga continues to be one of the most productive players in Portuguese football, 16 goals and 7 assists this season at 30 years old. And Rodrigo Moura, 19, with 11 goals and 4 assists for Porto last season, is the reminder that this pipeline does not stop. Portugal's attacking options for the 2026 World Cup are, by any serious measure, extraordinary. What makes them dangerous is not just the quality, it is the variety. Rafael Leão leads the left flank. The narrative is always the same. The talent is undeniable. The consistency is the question. But the numbers do not lie. 13 goals and 12 assists in 47 matches in 2024-2025. 10 goals and 2 assists in just 21 appearances in 2025-2026. 98 successful dribbles in a single season. He is electric, and at a World Cup, where the game slows, where space opens in knockout stages, a player like Leão can be the difference between a quarter-final and a final. Pedro Neto is everything Leão is not: relentless, consistent, and criminally underrated. At Chelsea, 45 appearances in 2025-2026, 10 goals and 8 assists, 484 combined crosses across 2 seasons. He reached the Champions League round of 16 against PSG. He works both sides of the ball without complaint. In a tournament context, Martinez can trust him for 90 minutes. Francisco Conceição at Juventus offers directness and explosiveness that no other player in this squad provides. 165 successful dribbles across 2 seasons, 13 goals and 8 assists. 22 years old with Champions League experience and a father who played in World Cups. The family knows what this stage requires. And then there is Trincão, perhaps the most underrated player in this entire squad. At Sporting CP, 22 goals and 29 assists across 2 seasons. 241 dribbles, a Champions League quarter-finalist. These are numbers that most wide forwards in Europe would be delighted with, and almost no one outside Portugal is paying attention. That changes at a World Cup. Behind the front 4, the options remain dangerous. Gonçalo Ramos at PSG has become one of the most efficient strikers in European football, despite being a squad player at one of the world's most expensively assembled clubs. 19 goals in 18 matches in 2024-2025. 14 and 15 in 2025-2026. A Champions League winner. When Ramos starts, he scores. Pedro Gonçalves returned from injury this season with 14 goals and 7 assists in 23 matches for Sporting. His quality was never in doubt. João Felix, now at Al Nassr after years of instability at club level, has found consistency. 18 goals and 12 assists in 2025-2026, 100 dribbles completed. The Saudi context is a caveat, but Martinez has kept faith, and the numbers justify it. Gonçalo Guedes returned to the national squad in March 2026 after 4 years away. 9 goals and 7 assists at Real Sociedad this season. A legitimate option again. And Paulinho at Toluca has scored 54 goals across 2 seasons in Liga MX. The competition level is the asterisk, but the finishing instinct is real, and Martinez brought him back for a reason. You cannot make a documentary about Portugal in 2026 without addressing it directly. Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old at the time of the World Cup, 226 international caps, 143 goals for his country, a number no other player in history has matched. He is currently injured since February 2026 and did not travel with the squad in March. Let's be honest about what he is now. In 2024-2025, 33 goals in 40 matches for Al Nassr. In 2025-2026, 28 goals in 28 matches. 61 goals combined across 2 seasons. The output in Saudi Arabia remains extraordinary. But the level of competition and his declining role in Portugal's tactical structure means the conversation has fundamentally changed. Under Martinez, Portugal have developed a system that functions without him as the fulcrum. The attack is more dynamic. The pressing is more coordinated. The team builds from defense in a way that was difficult when the structure had to accommodate one fixed reference point at the top. Ronaldo, if fit, brings specific things. Penalty threat, aerial presence, the mentality of a player who has won everything and fears nothing. He scored in a World Cup knockout stage at 40. He is not someone you simply ignore, but Portugal no longer need him to function. That is not a criticism of what he built. That is the ultimate tribute to what the generation he inspired has become. The question for Martinez is tactical, not emotional. Does Ronaldo's presence enhance the system or restrict it? At a World Cup, where every marginal decision compounds, that question matters more than any other. Portugal have never won a World Cup. They came close in 1966. Eusebio, Coluna, a generation of brilliance that reached the semi-finals and finished 3rd. They came close again in 2006. Figo, Deco, a young Cristiano Ronaldo, another semi-final, another near miss. Since then, the tournament has never quite aligned for them. But in 2026, something has changed. They have a goalkeeper who doesn't concede in big moments, a defensive unit built from Champions League regulars in their prime years, a midfield stacked with winners, attackers who can hurt you in 10 different ways from every position on the pitch. And they have a coach, Roberto Martinez, who has already shown he can build a system, develop young players, and deliver a Nations League title on penalty pressure. The window for this generation is now. Nuno Mendes is 23, João Neves is 20, Antonio Silva is 21, Gonçalo Inácio is 23. This is not a team at the end of its arc. This is a team at the beginning of one. Portugal have never won a World Cup, but they have never had a squad like this.